Uninhibit the rivets.
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm playing with the Gitrog monster, a classic commander that lets you play additional lands and draws you cards when lands go into your graveyard. So with this card, you'll want to sacrifice lands, mill lands, discard lands, all to get more card advantage. And of course, what kind of lands deck would we have without landfall, including some of the incredible new cards like Ice-Till Explorer, which fuels the Gitrog monster both by milling more lands and then replaying those lands from the graveyard. And of course, ways to make lots of mana like Lotus Cobra, make token copies of our creatures with Spring Heartna and Tuco, and, well, bring all our lands back from the graveyard again, maybe get some more lands out of our deck, do some huge self-milling and reanimating, or just casting Emrakul the Promised End. When you have a ton of Golgari mana, you can cast removal, you can cast ramp, you can do what you want, including put half your deck into the graveyard using Underrealm Lich. Because with the Gitrog monster, the more lands you put into the graveyard, the more you'll be getting in hand, allowing you to maintain both removal and also threats on board, because when you have a 6/6 with Death Touch, your opponent will need to do something about it, or it'll take them out. So let's take the Gitrog into the queue and start recycling some lands. Dion, Bahamut's Dominant. They'll be making knights that fly, flipping over, buffing all their creatures, making those fly, and then destroying permanents to flip on over. Dion's definitely got a nice little duo of knights here. Is Gitrog boring? It's very samey and fun to pilot, not so fun to play against. But it's one of those decks where it's very hard for me to get good games on camera with it, because the second I start going off, most people will leave. Because it's Gitrog. People don't want to sit there and watch me, I don't know, sacrifice lands over and over. Neat. Cool Plain Swamp. And a Mutavault in black. Sacrifice this forest to get 2 more. And that lets me use this Boseiju if I feel I need to turn one of their artifacts or lands into a different land. Dion in play. Ooh, 6. Passing the turn. Yeah, I can turn their Cold Seal Relic into a dual land. Wait, that's better for them. Yeah, it's more likely that if, like, they animate Mutavault, I might turn the Mutavault into something else. Yeah, 6 is nice to me because, well, it's got reach. It takes 6 mana for them to flip Dion over, and it's also a kind of risky thing to do. Adeline! Now that's a nice knight. Eat a land. See what I get. Ramp and removal. I could save it. It's like, I'm deciding if I want to save it here. Like, do I think they're gonna flippy next turn? I don't know. We'll see what they do, because they would have to do it at sorcery speed. makes it look like they're Orzhov Knights. Thanks, Urborg. I do like that they added the visual cue of like what colors lands can tap for, but it is definitely confusing. Esper Sentinel. They're definitely not going for the flip this turn. I'm exiling Adeline. I will pay the 1. But they get a card. Because it's the student cost of Baleful Mastery. Haven't mastered it yet. And Paladin class! Hey, that would have taxed me out of it. Wow, so many ramps. Besiege. A Bloomin' Marsh. A Ramanat Excavator. Let's play some of those lands back from the graveyard. Forest. Yep. Love that for me. Forest. So cool. Very rad. Swinging in with both of those. Six going to get double blocked. You want your Sentinel to die? They're just chump blocking the frog here. Let's go for Mossborn. I'll drop this Blooming Marsh. Hey, Shelly. And they can flip over Dion. Easy peasy. But I'm not actually sure how much it helps them to flip over Dion. Cavalier of Dawn lets them destroy a creature of mine and turn it into a 3/3 golem. Yes, that's a good choice. Right now, the Vine Lasher is doing work. Like, so much work for me. Nice Knights. Sacrificing a land. You love Vine Lasher? Oh my gosh, same. Okay. Let's end this game. We'll just ping that thing. And then I'll meat hook my own creatures to kill them. Because I can. Yeah, ping that thing. I can kill them through multiple means here. But I think a nice little meat hook massacres just the way I want to go. Yeah, I'll pay the 1. 3 of my creatures died. Which means 3 damage just for you. It's still the nerfed meat hook. I don't gain any life, but... Gosh, wouldn't it be cool if they changed that back? I think it'd be cool. I'm not going to stop running it in decks, though, because I love Meat Hook Massacre. GG, Dion. Taval, the balanced scale, puts lands in the graveyard and then brings them back. I do have turn 1 ramp, a little bit of removal here. Emrakul for an eventuality. But I know what I want. And it's to also be putting lands in my graveyard. Hi, Taval. Taval's really sweet, though, because, like, you put the lands in a graveyard, you bring them back, and you get a zombie out of it, which is just all-in-one goodness. I'll play this Birds of Paradise. I probably want to go for Flare of Cultivation if I get a basic next turn, and otherwise use this to get a basic forest so these come in untapped. Ripples of Undeath, some good self-mill. I'm actually running very little self-mill in my deck, even though it does tend to work well with the Gitrog monster. It's also just a little tricky to pull off. Like, you can play self-mill stuff, or you can just play more, like, lands that sacrifice. They both work for Gitrog, But oftentimes, unless you're playing a lot of other graveyard stuff, and I'm playing some graveyard stuff, it just feels unnecessary. Oh, yes. Somebody in chat says, and Taval is Sultai. So Sultai. Yeah, next turn I have Gitrog into a sacrifice land, which is nice. Assuming this resolves. They have the ability to run counter spells. Ah, but they're not. Nice. Hi, Fanatic of Ronas. I thought about putting you in this deck, because you're a ridiculous card. Also, you tap for 4 with Gitrog, and you can be used from the graveyard. It's just one of those, it's more Modern Horizons nonsense. What do I draw? Rampant Growth. Ooh, Shifting Woodland's already active for them. They have enchantments, sorceries, lands, and creatures. Ethan and Heathen. You want a woodland? I guess none of those are things you'd really want to do woodland in there. Alright, they got 4 more mana to work with. Malevolent Rumble. This does not take a land out of the graveyard. The rest do go to the graveyard, though. Razor. More lands in play. They have so much mana. Even more than me! I'll sacrifice this Boseiju here. I may have wanted to, like, Bitter Triumph with that mana. But I don't know what I want yet. I'm indecisive. Lichen. Am I itching for a Lichen? Yeah, kinda. This is holding priority, by the way. It's just like, hey, you want to sacrifice me? No, not right now. I'm going to discard this Nurturing Peatland to draw a card off Gitrog Monster, but I won't ever draw a card. I'll look at the top card of my deck, and Lumber goes in hand. Strip Mine goes into the graveyard. It's fine. I'll bring it back later. Ashaya into hand. Forest into the graveyard. It's fine. I'll bring it back later. Ooh, how about that Windswept Heath? I'll take us Windswept Heath. My Shifting Woodland is now active as well. Vorinclex or Reanimate? Or Lotus Cobra. I mean, if I take the Reanimate, it's like having a 1-mana Lotus Cobra. And it can hit their graveyard. Okay, cool, that's gone. Swing in for 4. Do. Nice. Also, now that I have tons of types in my graveyard, Emrakul's nice and cheap. We're rippling, we're rappling, we're grappling. I left Taval in the graveyard, I assume for Uro. I didn't mention it before, but like they had milled the Uro before on Malevolent Rumble. Honest Rutstein. I could also bring their commander back and make it cost less. I feel like they're going to start with the Uro, because then the Fanatic sure does tap for 4 mana. Do they have double blue? Yeah, because they had that command tower in hand. It had been revealed earlier. Time for old Honest Rutstein. I did not hit Taval with Uro. Maybe they'll hit it with Honest Rutstein? I don't know. They have 5 mana. 6 mana, actually, with the spawn. Okay. They're bitter triumphing my Gitrog monster. Not actually a bad thing, since it means I'm not going to be sacrificing a land. Which enables, I don't know, Emrakul next turn. I think, like, what I want to go for here. I could also hit, like... Yeah, I'm gonna reanimate Lotus Cobra and try to start something with, like, this Spelunking into Lumra. Finding. Land into play. Stealing your commander would have been funny, but it's like, it's not the best thing I can do here. Not when I have Lotus Cobra, Lumra, Spelunking active. Because the best thing I can do is Lotus Cobra, Lumra, Spelunking. It's so good together. All these come back untapped. I make all the mana in the world. Everything can even tap for black because I have Urborg. And with the remaining mana, I can then play Gitrog, play Ashaya, play Emrakul. I have so much mana. I have so much card draw. I win the game. Kenrith, the Returned King, can reanimate, draw cards, grow your creatures, give them haste and trample, and gain you life. A lot of life. Very cheaply. I've got a turn 1 ramp. I've got some removal, Sheoldred to both help pay for all my fetch lands and also hurt any card draw they're trying to do. I'm ready. Okay, are you also doing some turn 1 ramp? Yep, Utopia Sprawl. Crazy to see a Utopia Sprawl in a 5-color deck, not gonna lie. Like, how confident are you in getting your turn 1 forest? Apparently very. Okay, a Ristic Study. I don't have removal for it right now. But I also, like, I'm just kind of chilling this turn anyway. Oh, they want to kill my bird! Boop. Do I want more lands here? Yes. Windswept Heath. Temple Garden, up the Beanstalk. Nothing I can do about that. And they draw a card, and then they'll draw another card. I have a feeling this might just be 5-color good stuff based on the Up the Beanstalk and the Ristic Study. Pass the turn. Survey Mechan. More different types of cards means that they'll be able to get more discounts on that ability. I will kill it, pay the 1. And I will not pay the 1 for Sheoldred, but I will still play the Sheoldred. Yeah, draw more cards, why don't you? They're probably just gonna kill Sheoldred. Okay, Slicer. It is not kicked, so they can't make a copy of, say, Sheoldred's Edict. But they can grab a card from their graveyard, Windswept Heath. Sacrifice it. And what do you find? More Fixin'. It's Tamiyo. Ugh, Tamiyo. Well, at least if they draw 3 cards in a turn, Sheoldred will be giggling the whole way down. I can play Gitrog this turn. Double checking which types I have in my graveyard. Oh, I'm not paying. And normally, I actually like to Ghost Quarter my own lands, but I'm going to hit their Utopia Sprawled Overgrown Tomb. Because it was tapping for 2 mana. I think that's enough reason. Enjoy getting a basic. I'm sure you have some. You're a 5-color deck, at least one of each color. Tends to be the vibe. Hey, Dark Sumnus, thank you for the 17-month resub. Down to 10. They swing in with Tameo. That gets them a clue. And they take an extra turn, which draws them a card, which hurts them. Thank you, Sheoldred. Sheoldred's one of those cards that, like, is not necessary in this deck, but can oftentimes be very helpful against this. Dog, why do you have a strip mine? That's my shtick. Well, I think they realized that, yeah, sure, you can take more extra turns, but in each of those extra turns, you're going to be drawing a card. And each time you do, it's going to hurt. Thank you, Sheoldred, for doing what Gitrog couldn't. Saheeli, Sublime Artificer. Whenever they cast a non-creature spell, they get a little token, a little servo, which is the perfect reason to just sit around casting counter spells, removal, and other good spells in these colors, and building up a board of servos. You can also turn those servos into other artifacts. So if you have like a powerful mana rock, like a Key to the Archive, you could turn it into that to get more mana. A Moon Snare prototype. What are you gonna tap? I'm trying to decide if I want to leave up Bitter Triumph mana to potentially kill Saheeli if they like get her out here, because there's ways that they could do it. Yeah, overplaying this tapped. Okay, Illuminating Lash. They're destroying some of my mana. Fair. But I imagine not playing anything else for the turn. Grab another green source. And I'm bringing out Ice Till Explorer. Bright and early lets me replay that Prismatic Vista, get some landfall triggers. Yeah, I'll go for milling another land. What do we got here? Why is this like such a self-filling card? Ice Till Explorer. A master of milling my non-lands and not my lands. Mox Amber. They draw a card. And they could tap that with this to play Saheeli. But the question is then, do they have spells to follow up with? No, they're considering something, though. Hi, Saheeli. Playing this, milling. I did mill land, so I would have gotten something off Gitrog. I just wanted to make sure I got my like first trigger off that. Nice, milled a land. That's what I like to see. I will crack open the Vista. Just drawing cards here. Love card draw. Well, I love card draw. Excellent. More. More. Keep milling. Milling more card draw. Mill lots of different types of stuff now for Emrakul. Everybody likes card draw, especially me! Hey, I milled a swamp, so I draw a card. There's another way to play things from the graveyard. I'm going to use this Bitter Triumph, discarding a land, because let me just say I got enough of them. Flare of Cultivation. I could sacrifice my Arboreal Grazer to get another landfall trigger, potentially milling, potentially getting more stuff. And at that point, my opponent is going to concede, because that's typically how games go with Gitrog. If you start going off, your opponent is going to walk away, because you're not going to, like, win right away, but you are going to be real annoying. GG. Troyan, Gutsy Explorer. Taps for extra mana so you can cast big spells. Troyan is all about things that cost 5 or more, or have an X in their cost. Hydras and other big nasty things. And also can loot, but typically you're using Troyan to get lots and lots and lots of stuff into play. Yavimaya Coast turn 1. Alright. I don't know if that's going to be a source of a counterspell or anything like that. Always possible. But I want to ramp. Spring Bloom Dryad, come down, sacrifice the swamp. Get 2 forests. And I'll attack for 1. Excellent work. Yeah, I've run into Troyan twice this week. I guess it's just like a lower matching Simic value commander, because I'm not entirely sure why it gets run otherwise. You got a mana drain? Show me mana drain! Yeah, Simic value commanders. We know! Enjoy your 4 mana. Reward you for my ramp. Come on, you got 7 mana! You're a Simic deck. I know you can do something with 7 mana. Okay, Gwenna, who's a lot like Troyan, but taps just for mana for creatures, as opposed to big spells. Various Ageless Insight, so they draw additional cards. It is very, very tempting for me to Besage you that. But I want ramp. And I want silly ramp. Nice. If I can get a landfall creature out, this will give me a way to get every basic out of my deck. And also, like, make a ton of little dudes. Yeah, they used that ton of mana to get more mana here. It's possible that they needed, like, colored mana. Or not. Hydroid Krasis draws them a bunch of cards. Is pretty big, too. Frog first. Nurturing Peatland. Paying the 2. Sacrificing a land. And the Gitrog monster loves this. More bugs. Bug. Ooh, worms. I'm gonna throw all these 1/1s at them. And Hydroid Krasis, if you're wondering why did it draw so many cards, was Ageless Insight. They did this for X equals 4, but they drew 4 cards instead of 2, because this. Nice work. Still got tons of mana. Since Gwenna can even untap if they cast something big enough. You miss Hydroid Krasis in Standard. Yeah, that was one heck of a card. It was part of like that Sultai value pile deck. Hi, Pawk. Pawk gets them more mana. They did not use Gwenna to cast Pawk. Kira, going to stop me from targeting them with abilities and spells until I kill her. I don't really know how to, like, parse the visuals on Kira. Sacrifice a land to draw an extra card. They can use Pawk to do that. Land. Landfall. Yep, as long as it's leaving 3 black up, I'm happy. Sacrifice Beseiju. Boop. I'm not going deeper on the Spring Bloom here, because I already know what I want. It's to worm. They could have double blue mana up here by the power of Pawk and a Flooded Strand. I want you to feel the burn of the worm. How long have I been playing Magic? Depending on who you ask, it's either since 2003 or 2009. Regularly would be 2009. Not you. I love my little 1/1s. All my beautiful buggies. We'll lose another 2 since a creature died. Yeah, now I play too much Magic. For the last, like, 6 years, I've been playing Magic full-time, which is awesome. But then they started making 6 standard sets a year. And now I don't know what's going on, ever. Alright, everybody back in my hand. They can have a real big swing, thanks to the Pawk and Gwenna over here. They can even play Troyan. They can play their commander. Hi, Moo. Moo doesn't have anything to hit here. But what they want is this ult. The islands you control, tap and draw cards. Ooh, Sheoldred's kind of nice if they want to draw cards. I'm going to lead with Oracle of Moldiah. And of course, not have a land on top of my deck, because, well, why would I ever? My last 2 basics. Still not a land! Alright, I'll discard a card, taking out the Pawk here, and I'll draw Birds of Paradise. Yeah, if you want to know somebody who, like, has all the cards memorized, you want to talk to Ben Wheeler. I just know Magic cards that are in Arena. And, like, a bunch of Commander cards. She'll be getting pretty close to that ult. Or she could just make birds. Oh my gosh, look, lands! I didn't get additional lands to play off the top, so no. Trying to decide if I want to do this and then, like, Entish Restoration. I guess so. Get him, worm! Wait, I'm out of basics! Struggle. I'm actually going to sacrifice this to draw. Shouldn't have played that first, just in case I got another land on top. Yes, Massacre Worm, a classic. Yeah, Massacre Worm is a card that I've had in this Gitrog deck on and off since the beginning of Brawl, when they introduced the Gitrog monster. as actually a bonus card where if you joined the Brawl queue, you got a copy of Gitrog. They also did that with Reese. And yeah, Worm's good. Hi, Mu Yanling. Hello, worm friends. Shrinking the Oracle. Okay. My stuff all got bounced once, right? Yeah. River's rebuked. Follow! Do you have any non-human, non-wizard, non-Vidalcan, non-scout, non-elf, non-druid, I guess scout again cards? No, that's an elf and a druid. You have both of those out already. Yes, I see. Frog. Saldred. Push it. Swing in lethal. I guess I didn't need to play those. Insurance. GG, Troyan. Alquist, Proft, Master, Sleuth. And this is exactly what I want in this hand, which is a way to stop counter spells, because this is just an Azorius control deck that will be drawing a bunch of cards and gaining a bunch of life. But if they can't counter some of my spells, it's going to be a lot harder for them to keep me under their thumb. And I will fight the oppression with a tiny hobbit. That's right, Delighted Halfling, everybody's favorite. We love her. She helps my commander resolve. I wish she were less necessary in the format. She gonna die? Is she gonna get swords, clouds, bounced into my hand? Okay, so slow me down a little bit. I won't be playing the Dryad into an extra land that turn. Oh yeah, also, it's ramp. Ramp is good. The girlies, they love ramp. Shifting Woodland. Good both in play and in the graveyard. I'm going to keep it on top of my deck here, since I have the ability to play lots of additional lands and some really sweet stuff. And if this ends up resolving, if I end up with the full Delirium, then I'll be able to like turn it into Scoot Swarm if it gets destroyed and hopefully rebuild from that. I am always delighted by extra mana. A Dryad. A Dis, and yeah, I'll resolve it now. And a Dat. I'm going to play these two lands first. Tap, tap. Go for it. Just making sure it's not using the foothills. Even more lands. Crack it open. Let's do some card drawing. What? You gonna get rid of my boy? You would call him evil? He's not evil. He's a frog. What's the matter with you? Think frogs are evil or something? Frogs are friends. Ooh, Ashai is actually really helpful. Trying to decide if I want to use this now. I will. Milling 3. No, I'm gonna save it. But I can destroy their candy. I'm destroying their candy. It's a clue. So we're going to go for this, that, and the other guy. Give me one of them fetches back. This one's pretty. Man, I love frogs. Yeah, Alquist Prof sacrifices clues, so if they have extra clues, like Candy Trail, after they've used Prof's clue up, they'll have more ways to draw. Okay, Murex. And nothing. Oh my god, I did, hold up. It's free real estate. I feel like I want to save these. Do you think they have a settle? I would totally believe it. Yeah, if I cast a spell, then it's at risk of being countered. So why cast spells when we can just drop it in pocket? Time warp. All right. That's a classic little 5-mana explorer there. And I'm leaving the mana here so I can, once I feel safe from board wipes, I want to animate this, crack open a fetch, and get 2 more lands. You've got 6 mana. A Bank Buster. Some good card draw. And I will put this Shifting Woodland Pock at risk. Because if they use their removal here, then that's okay. I'll follow up with some other very nice threats. A swamp, which is 2 swamps. Anything? Nothing? Okay. I guess I'll just do this. Go to combat. Swing with the boys. This cannot currently be crewed. They need 3 power for it. They could make a second power with Mirrex. Yeah, it turns out not casting spells wins games. Old Stickfingers. Possibly going to be a combo deck where you put Arden and Ulamog into the graveyard or Cultivator Colossus into the graveyard. But I won't know until they do it. This is a little bit of a strange hand because I'll need to have the Birds of Paradise stick in order to make full use of this Lotus Field, because next turn I need to have another land before I play Lotus Field, or it would sacrifice itself. Could also have played that. This works, though. Rampant Growth. I'll grab a swamp, take it out of my deck, and then bam, Lotus Field, sacrificing 2 lands. Now I got lots of lands in the graveyard, and they have foretold something. Foretell. What you got, old Stickfingers? X equals 1 usually means it's either Cultivator Colossus, yep, or it is a regular old Stickfingers deck and not a giant combo deck. But here's something kind of cute. It's called That's My Cultivator Colossus. And I am a lands deck, so yay. That's why we run Reanimate. It's to stop combos. Also, because it's fun and it costs 1 mana. Vivi, the spell-slinging wizard that grows in power, gets you mana, and deals damage directly to your opponent. I've got some early ramp. I've got some cool clone landfall. Seems like a nice hand. And I also have removal, which is important to me because I'm scared of Vivi. And you should be scared of Vivi. He's strong, he's good, and he's extremely present. I wish I had another land in hand. I could technically get one by flaring first. Yeah, I'll do that. Full cost Flare of Cultivation. Sorry, Arboreal Grazer. I know you want to be sacrificed for it. I know you want to be sacrificed for it. You gonna Spell Pierce? Miscast. Okay. Is there a Mr. Cast? Faithless Looting. So this makes me think it's going to be like a Vivi Storm deck. Yeah, Vivi is currently the most prevalent commander out there. You run into him a lot. And, like, it is a good card. It's not, like, the most absurd card, but it is quite good. And I'm very upset that I don't have another land here. I'm gonna enchant my Birds of Paradise and swing for one. A landfall deck missing a land. My deck has lots of lands in it, by the way. Bird beatdown. Come on, a forced off the top. I'll take attack, Enuma. Decline. And in the darkness, bind him. Teehee. Yeah, Vivi Cauldron is currently a menace. Yeah, it's definitely a storm deck. Searching for a forest. I will get my Surveil land. Do I feel like cloning birds here? No, because then I can't, like, remove or spelunk. Massacre with these tokens does give me an alternative way to win, but typically Vivi gets too big for that anyway. And I'm just proactively taking that out. It generates mana when they cast instants or sorceries, or even copy instants or sorceries, which can let them go infinite. Like, if you have card draw and it costs 1 mana, you just, like, draw card, draw card, draw card, keep getting more, and kill somebody by just pinging with Vivi. And Vivi generates enough mana. I don't need more mana. Molten Impact, killing the Birds of Paradise, taking me off of 5 mana. I can't play Gitrog here, but I don't even have another land to play, so I won't. Instead, I'll go spelunking and swinging with these. They're not going to trade, and when they cast another spell, they will be getting a little more damage. Oh, Shifting Woodlands online. Hold up. I'm setting an upkeep stop to see if I could pull off something kind of cute. The cute thing is you turn it into Binding of the Old Gods before you enter first main phase. And it destroys an on-land permanent. Why not that? Oh, because Flame of Anor's hitting this. If it kills a Vivi, then it kills a Vivi. And it's not casting a spell, so it's harder for them to counter. Okay, Narset, very mean against Gitrog, since the whole thing is drawing additional cards. Alright, I will draw first. And then tapping this, because it does not need to be untapped. To become Binding the Old Gods. We go to main phase, destroy Vivi. We know what 2 of the 3 cards in their hand are. They could clone Vivi. So they have a fresh one, a fresh Vivi. And even though I'd love to have some blockers, making it so Narset can't activate again and maintain her ability is important to me. I guess I could play the Grazers since I just don't have lands now. And maybe I can get enough mana to Casualties of War. I have it next turn. It's just like counter spells. And I can again set that upkeep stop. It has a lore counter on it now, so it would go to Chapter 2, which is getting me a land. That's fine. Isn't that cute, though? The, like, yeah, I can turn you into whatever I want. Brainstorm. This is a chump blocker, because I'm afraid that Vivi will take 6 extra turns and just become big enough to kill me. Praise the Graze. I've already got my tapped land there. Alright, they're gonna Gamba. Okay, it did not discard a Time Warp, so I feel like they're gonna Time Warp. No, my woodlands! Ah, fine. Arcane Signet. They've got a 1 mana there. A Luton here. Doo-doo. They dropped 2 lands. Okay, they still have 4 mana. I'm just gonna, like, look around. Make sure we're in the clear. Okay, I think we're good. Artifact, creature, and land. Artifact, creature, and... land. Boop, boop. Good old Golgari removal. Gitrog is just sitting on the sidelines, waiting for fetch lands. Hey, I still explore. How you doing? Gonna let me replay some of them lands, like that one. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. We mill Nissa. I can get 2 triggers off Nissa, and they left. This can become a binding chapter 1 again. Yeah. Arius Flyby Trawler swings in, finds cards, and then discards those cards if you don't cast them before the end of turn. And whenever you discard a card, it grows. I'll keep this hand. I've got a little removal that can hit a little guy. I will just use this Bajuka Bug. I'm sure they have some graveyard-related stuff because they are a discarded deck. But, like, if I can get rid of it, I will. Ooh, Evora. Evora is some more discard synergy. Whenever they discard a card, they get a +1/+1 counter, and she makes a blood token, which lets them discard. I had instant speed removal, so I'm going to play it so I can set up Ramanop Excavator. I will have lands in my graveyard eventually. Right, Gitrog Monster, you're gonna eat up all my lands. Yum, 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 yum. He always does. Arius is now in play. Ooh, a Tireless Provisioner. This does not get me more lands in the graveyard. And now I can save this treasure, or I can try to take out Arius before it gets too big. I don't have a lot of things that have flying or reach in this deck, believe it if you will. Spell Pierced. Okay, that's fair. So if I have a chance to try to take out Arius, I'll take it. Also, thank you so much to the anonymous gifter that just gifted 10 subs in chat. Thank you for gifting subs to Reaper Loomish, Terrid, Lifton Pass, Ramian Gray, Dr. Nick, Vaxercon, Gummy Bear, Cannon Chen, Mix, and Violet Muse. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I don't know who you are because you're a mysterious spooky ghost, but thank you so much for helping me do what I do. Thank you everybody who helps support my channel. No matter where you're doing it or how you're doing it, I appreciate it. Even if you're just watching the videos, you're helping me out. Thank you all so much. Also to all the people that were gifted subs, enjoy your ad-free viewing and your emotes. What do we got here? I got Oracle. There was not a land on top of my deck, so I'll shuffle. Every day I'm... Ooh, shuffling. Hello, Strip Mine. How do you do? Chat, what do you think? Is this a Strip Mine kind of time? Yeah, I'm fine with this. So Strip Mine is going to just tap for blue mana because of the Binger. They do be Harbin. They do be binging. You gonna play whatever card you got? Ghost Vacuum. They can slurp the lands out of my graveyard. I want to play these lands off the top of my deck. Just to move them out of the way. Wash away. Boo. You love my shirt? Thank you. It has a Gitrog monster on it. Frog Champ. Yeah, if this is in play and it's an island, it'll just tap for blue. But if it is an island and then, like, this goes away, weirdly enough, it won't get sacrificed because this is triggered when it enters. They washed my frog. I mean, he's a little muddy. He could use a wash. That's fine. There's islands around here. Oh. Another discard. They bounce Oracle of Moldiah back into my hand. And they've got growth. I'll try to replay Oracle of Moldiah. Let's see if it resolves. It does. I don't know about if I want to play that as a land. Because, like, I kind of want to use it to kill this. Let's just play a couple of these instead. I have double black. I have some green. They're exiling the Kami of Bamboo Groves out of my graveyard. Keep me away from Delirium. Good idea. Propsiditic Memory. The more cards they draw, the bigger a buff this will give when they go to combat. And these are both on attack triggers, so they won't lean into this. They could have used the blood, though, if they really wanted to. You sure do only have one red source. But you did this to you. Alright, who's getting the buff? They discard Polluted Delta. Puts a card in exile. This gets them a card in hand. Ooh, Fury. So they'll be able to take out some of my stuff anyway. Now, do I care that much about killing Harbinger of the Seas? No, I feel like it's hurting them. So I'm going to double block Inti. That'll put another card in exile for them. This will grow. Dragon Rage Channeler. And they know about Fel the Profane. If they have a red card in hand, they'd be able to bring out Fury. Oh, they're going for Fear of Missing Out. Some FOMO. And unfortunately, due to the strange and unusual colors that we have right now. Alright, I want to play this first. Kill their big boy. Play that as a land. And I think that's all I can really do here. Pass the turn. Oh, I guess I could have played Frog. I didn't realize I had enough mana for it. And over Conduit. Yeah, it would have been a nice big blocker for me. So they're going to get to take some extra combats here, which will actually put me right on the verge of death. And Ghost Vacuum. They can crack this open, getting themselves a Tireless Provisioner and a Kami of Bamboo Groves. They got 6 mana, but I feel like they're going to wait. Yep, untap. Chump block. Or, sorry, I'll just regular block. I can chump block that after. Do I care enough to do it? Yeah, I don't care. Bonk. Arius time? The Flabba Trawler? Let's go. Now, I can replay something from my graveyard, but they're able to interrupt it, so I probably shouldn't go for that. Ghost Vacuum. Heck of a card. A good match where I can't sacrifice my land. I'll be able to sacrifice them to the Gitrog monster's ability next turn. I assume they're going to put everything on Arius next turn. Give this 2 attacks. No, they're not attacking with fear of missing out at all. They're just trying to see what they get in hand. A land, and then this will be a non-shark card that could have been the land. They discarded Ox of Agonis. Nice. I will sacrifice, I don't know, Prismatic Vista. Basic Island. Play it while it's there. Now, Vraska, I could use as removal. And I probably need to use her as removal. Or I could use her to sacrifice a land to try to get more card draw. I'm going to kill Arius. Arius is card advantage for them. I'm trying to think if they would have any, like, cool symmetrical draw and discard. Because if I can discard this, it would still trigger the frog. Yeah. At what point are you giving up the Harbinger? Because you sure only have one red source. I think you give it up this turn. And for anybody that's like, why not do that? Because my fetch lands hurt me now. I'm at 6. You want to crack open the Ghost Vacuum? It gives you a lot of flyers. Untapping that. I'll start by blocking the Fear of Missing Out. Going to 3. I do have a little bit of life gain in this deck. Oh, but they had a Lightning Axe in hand, which means my choice to protect Vraska leads to my death. GG, Arius. Callix, Destiny's Hand, has the destiny of exiling cards, finding enchantments, and maybe even bringing back all the enchantments from the graveyard. I got some nice turn 1 ramp here, putting an additional land into play. I'm going to go with Urborg. Thankfully, Urborg doesn't really help my opponent that much here, since they're not a black deck. And I'll start self-milling. What do we got? Yup. Put a fetch land in the graveyard. Let's go. Sithis! Casting enchantments gets them card. I'll beat her with hammers. Nice. Attack for 1. A Satyr Enchanter? I was gonna save this for Callix, but... yeah, I'll take away all of your enchantresses. Because I'm scared of them. I'll attack for 1 here, and then I guess I'll just bring back that 1 fetch, so I'm guaranteed to be able to play my frog next turn. Not really when I want to be playing it, but it's when I will. Their lands look really cool with the additional swamp effect. Enduring Vitality. Yeah, 1 land. Woo! Arch Flats. Let's go. This taps for mana. Surveil. I'd like to keep that in my library. And I guess I don't need to shuffle it away here. I could draw it. They have 6 mana, since this taps for mana. Who's going to jail? Ramanop? Yeah, probably. I still will save that, I think. I don't know, it's like, I want to get to draw off my frog. And I have prime time, so I can get more fetchy things later. No blocks, take 3. My turn. Okay, frog. They're absolutely right to stop me from, like, getting a bajillion little landfalls and everything else. Okay, I'll play this. No offspring. Just playing it, just jamming it. Getting some pings on their face. That pang thang. And one more, since that original fetch was played last turn. And pass the turn back. And now I have a nice chunky 6/6 in the way. Callix can exile one of my creatures, throwing it underneath Banishing Light. And I could honestly leave it there. I've got ways to get rid of this. I'm gonna put it back though, since I have enough mana to replay Gitrog Monster. It's like they're turning that Banishing Light into a bit of a goodie bag. Looking at potential reanimations. Nothing really cool there, but with the mill 10 off this, you almost certainly hit something good. Hold up, do I have enough to go? No, I'm 1 short for prime time into Scoot. All right, reach the multiverse. What do we hit? PogChamp, Tortoise, over here. That would actually get me the Dryad. That's kind of neat. And I don't have the things to copy, so I could grab Timeless Witness to get something else. I'm gonna go Blossoming Tortoise. It's the thing that like guarantees getting a land for me. Also, I like it. And then I will bog him. Because Callix does have return all enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh, I also milled in Virtue. Okay, I'll take that instead. Neat. Pass the turn. Callix looks at the top 4, and does he find an enchantment? I'm guessing they're looking at 2 enchantments, and they're trying to pick which one they want. Seal from Existence. Lets them get rid of one of these. They could even get rid of Ghostly Dancers and then like bounce that back into their hand later. Oh, they're hitting the tort. My Blossoming Tortoise. Starfield of Nyx animates these and will keep bringing back enchantments from their graveyard. That's a new to arena card. They only added it in Pioneer Masters, but hot dog, it's a good one. Prime time. Yes, please. I'll grab Shifting Woodland and where's my funky little auto sack land? It's somewhere here. My eyes are just not good at seeing it in this interface. Is it not here? Was it in my... it's probably in my graveyard then. Okay, that's fine. Do the thing we do. Yeah, I think I got milled. Yeah, there it is. It's Rift Gears Overlook right on top. Ghostly Dancers. Take out Callix. I'm very glad I bogged them now that they've thrown down this Starfield of Nyx. I overlooked my overlook. They whiffed on a plus, and we're winning the game. GG. Areni of the Unwritten will be summoning dragons when it enters. I can take the first turn off and just like hope to go crazy with these. It's a slow start, but it's one I can believe in. And sometimes you just gotta believe. Rennie is very good, though, and can also find some of the other incredible teamer dragons, especially if you give it haste for a kill all in one turn. Since it's a 7/7 with flying and trample, if you give it haste, it'll enter, make a dragon, and then attack at another dragon. If those dragons, say, double their damage and give double strike, that can end the game all at once. Don't mind me. Just setting up for turn 3. I'll actually start with this Nissa before the Tireless Provisioner, since I plan on using up all the mana right away. Ooh, Orb. This will protect their dragons. Yeah, kind of like us, they're ramping. Let's see. Tireless Provisioner. Going to turn 1 land into so much mana. And then do it again. Since Ice Till lets me play from the grave. Yeah, they're double checking what Nissa does. And they're double checking what this does. This is an elf. That's why it got found. And now I could play Gitrog and then play an additional land. And with that additional land, get to a Shia and draw a bunch of cards. And yeah, you're right to leave. Nethroi, Apex of Death. They're going to be putting tons of creatures into their graveyard and then mutating to bring them back. Especially creatures that have a low power, since you can only bring back a power of 10. But if you have some things that are technically 0 power or even negative power in the graveyard, you can bring back even more. Things that say enter with +1/+1 counters on them. I will Kami, and I do really want to save this Bajuka Bog, but I'll just sacrifice it and bring it back later. Bog it. Oh, that's dangerous against a Gitrog. This is symmetrical mill. As things untap, you mill, I mill. We all mill. And you know who likes milling? The Gitrog monster. Like it a lot. I'm going to just use Entis Restoration here to skip to the next land stage, so I can play Gitrog next turn. Swing for 1, mill some more. I should probably pay attention to what's in their graveyard. Okay, Vico, cool. Head Shredder, nice. That will get them lands as they mill. If you're wondering, by the way, why is Head Shredder not in this deck, I found that I could just never really get good value out of it on curve, which is tough because obviously I want to. It's a great card. What do I have in my grave? I'm trying to decide if I want to get Rog here or not. I think I will get Rog, just to set up for more land ramps off that Mesmeric Orb. Let's get just a basic forest. Vista, 2nd land per turn. Drawing a Verdant Catacombs. Get me a Swamp. Attack with this. And, wait, hold on. Alright, I have to put an end step stuff here. They want a land! You got land. Wow, a lot of non-lands then. I want to tap my Swamp to maximize the Orb mill. They milled 2 lands there. But you may as well decline since you're getting both the lands off Head Shredder anyway. X equals 0. They know old Stickfingers is pretty big here. And now they could crew. Tap. Okay, my turn. Let's go. Let me mill, baby. Boop. Yes, very nice. Only 1 land milled out of all of that. Oh, that happens. I use this Verdant Catacombs. I know, I can Ice Till. But I'm seeing what else I can find first, because I'm also considering just, like, worm. Yeah, I'm gonna play Ice Tail Explorer here, in part because I would really love to get one of my landfall cards. Not like this landfall generating mana cards. And this will give me more chances of potentially drawing it, unless I never actually mill lands, which has happened to me before, where my man just, like, always mills non-lands, and then I always draw the lands, and I feel like a real dingbat. Analyst in the graveyard. Boggin. So they don't have things to bring back. Oh no, that kills little Stickfingers. I guess that makes sense. Oh no, I should have spelunked. Spelunking would have been good. We're milling, surveilling. Of course, milling the land. Surveilling the land as well. Herborg. Yeah, that'll be good for them too. I'll swing in for this frog. Frog it up. Oh, Ice Tail goes nuts with Gitrog Monster. Gitrog is already a deck that was like, hey, you want to see how many game actions I can take in a turn? Am I going to win with them? No, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Bingus Dingus, thank you so much for the 1 year resub. I am looking forward to Avatar: The Last Airbender. We're going to be getting like a first look today, and I think y'all know that I'm a fan of Avatar. Much more so than I am a fan of Spider-Man. Their head shredding. Nice cards in the graveyard. I'm also should be keeping an eye out for certain combo pieces. Okay. I spelunk in. We start bringing all this stuff back. Urborg lets me even like tap the fetch lands if I don't want to sacrifice them. Massacre worms them. And we get there. GG. Garuda, Doom of Depths. Garuda will be milling both players and taking even-costed creatures and putting them into play. I don't have turn 1 ramp, but I can play this on turn 2. I've got some removal, some weird ramp, and playing things from the graveyard. I'm still going to keep this because it feels like a good lineup of cards. Behold, a tiny hobbit. Look at how cute she is. An artifact land. I wonder if they have some artifact-related stuff. Very, very possible. Yeah, I will Harrow. That lets me play that from the graveyard next turn, even though I didn't get a land. And Abrupt Decay that Cold Steel Heart. Yeah, they're going to need to ramp into 6 mana for Garuda. And the ramp they had with just a land next turn, they'll get there. Trying to see. And because some Garuda decks are running tons and tons of clones, I'm going to kill Garuda, I think, in response to it entering. Okay, well, or they won't play Garuda. They're going to play Odin. I'll kill Odin, too. Because I could have discarded the Arboreal Grazer. By the power of 6, I will play a land and discard a land so I can replay Ramanop Excavator. Ravenous Chupacabra taking out Excavator again. Okie dokie. Oh, and they're blinking it to kill 6. Nice. I was like, don't I just bring it back? No, it's fine. Gitrog, sadly, does not quite have the support called fetch lands that he wants. They're not here right now. I'll still play these, and hopefully we'll get some lands, or this won't die. We'll see what happens. Garuda, you coming down? Or do you have more good, even costed cards in hand? All right, Garuda, Mills. Oracle of Moldiah. Dreadhound. Yeah, they went for Oracle. They can play additional lands and play off the top. Ew, Ristic Study. Like, I get it, but ew. Oop. Bug. Bug. Bug a bug. Bug bug. Oh, I should have ordered those the other way. That's okay. Or bug. And none of you die from that. Oh, right. Mill. And target opponent. Bugs acquired. I can turn Shifting Woodland into something. This won't work because it's a 0/0. I can turn it into 6. Ramanop. Lots of good ones. Ooh, Razaketh! Hello. You gonna start tutoring? They can move the cards around on top of their deck, hoping to get another land and, like, then reanimate. That works very well. Oh, wait, no. They have an Urborg, right? Okay, so this is not properly showing that it is an island and a swamp. Nice. So they reanimated. Brought back Odin. I'll take a little blocker right there. Bing bong. And Razaketh also swings for a ton of damage. I'm not guaranteed to have mana to do the things there. I'm trying to decide if I want to bring out some of these other friends. I think this is just going to be a very landsy turn. Oh, again, I should have ordered it the other way. Oh. I did put full control mode on time. On in time to tap it. Hey, Decado, thank you for the sub. Bug, 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 bug. Buggy, bug, 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 bug. And none of you would let me play an additional one from there. Who you dropping? So do you have a massacre worm? Oh. They legit just drew... Okay, yeah, they win. Or at least they should win. It's a freaking perforator crocodile. Oh. I guess kill the grazer before you unleash the power of the crocodile. Are we doing this? There we go. A large number of very stabbed bugs. I have to block Primal Odin or I lose the game. What are you looking for? I can turn this into a blocker. Not necessarily, like, a useful one. I guess 6 is the most effective blocker here. They got to tutor there. Did I not tutor? I think like they already used Fatal Push or something. I'm alive! Vaguely. Hee hee. But at what cost? My shifting woodlands. Oh, they're blinking! I feel very dead. Nice. Get bopped. Garuda, do the thing. Spring Bloom, Simulacrum, a classic. I spelunk. You gonna counter it? Mana drain? Drown in the lock. Alright, lock and load. Good game. Boop, boop, boop. Also, like, extra lose the game. Very important. GG Garuda. Yuri, Master of the Review. Yuri likes it when things are sacrificed, growing and then dealing damage when it dies, or dealing twice that much damage if you manage to sacrifice it with like a thud or a fling or a self-destruct. Scraps, you gonna leave? Thank you for stopping by. They're going for my hobbit's throat, which, fair. Probably deserves it. Play Deathrite Shaman, Prismatic Vista. Pass the turn. This is kind of like a mana dork. I also imagine they have some form of graveyard recursion since they're a Yuri deck. Hey, it's Ragavan! How dashing. Are you killing the Deathrite Shaman so I can't block? They sure are. It is a multicolored permanent. And I take 2 damage from the monkey. Oh. It was a land. I could play Ramanop Excavator here. Or I could like Nantuko and make a token. Good for blocking the bug. Or blocking with bugs. I'll play the Ramanop Excavator. See if I can recur my Vista. Here's Yuri, Master of the Review. They have 1 sacrifice, 2 sacrifice, and if they want to, they could even sacrifice Yuri. What else are you doing with that mana? feel like they are gonna sacrifice Yuri. Yup. Kill the Ramanop Excavator. And then Monkey, gonna get a hit. Anything with that 2 black mana? Nope! They're just setting up to kill Yuri. Player of Cultivation, they don't have a green creature, so they can't play it. Sheoldred! Come block for me. Use your incredible stats and abilities to my advantage. Also, please help me gain life back so my frog doesn't kill me as I fetch myself to death. I found that, like, Sheoldred and the... oh gosh... Druid class are 2 nice ways to, like, get life back in this deck. I ended up taking out Druid class just because I like creatures more. But it also helps. Okay, here's Yuri. Sacrifice that treasure, play a monkey. That they do. Ook, ook. Play Ghost Quarter. Gitrog monster. Bloodstained Mire. I did not get a 1-drop. I'll go for the Surveil land. See what's on top of my deck. Oh, it's Prime Time! That's a prime card. I will attack with this. If they would like to double block, they can kill Sheoldred, and guess what? I'm fine with that. Yeah, like... to me, taking out their commander again, and this bonus Ragavan, means I'm slowing them down enough. If they were like a very card draw centric deck, I think I'd be less willing to do that, but they're not. This is a sacrifice deck. Like, they do have some card draw, I'm sure, especially ones based on creatures dying, but that's different. Also, like, I have prime time next turn. Ooh, Bones! Bones lets them reanimate a card, but only once. Or if they have ways to put more counters on it, they can do it more than once, but usually it's just the one time. What do you hit from my graveyard? Shelly. I'll sacrifice a forest. Draws me an extra card. Yeah, I'm kind of into this over prime timing here. Boop. And then I'm even holding up the Abrupt Decay. Dreadhorde Butcher grows and grows, and then when it gets sacrificed, it deals damage based on its power. So I'll just kill it now, so it deals 1 damage. Golgari, it has good removal in it. Deadly Dispute, they are going to sacrifice it before I can destroy it. Do you play Nantuko, or is it a meme card? What do you mean, is it a meme card? It's an incredible card. Are you... This card is nuts. It's so good. Land. Good. Like, Nantuko on prime time with any of the landfall get mana generators lets you get every land out of your deck. It's absurd. It's so good. I'll go for just one of the auto-sack lands, I think. Once I find one. There it is, Riptier's Overlook. I actually took my, like, meme card out of this deck, which was the Momir artifact. It had synergy with the commander, just not enough. Hand size infinite. Good for preventing me from going through my entire deck in the end step with with that elf. The Zomb elf. Meathook Massacre is also really nice with the Nentuko, because if you have enough just 1/1s, you can wipe the board and kill your opponent. Sacrificing a Forsaken Miner. Replaying Yuri. Yuri is an unfortunate. Oof. 6 mana. They're playing the same exact land I just played. It's a popular spot the Riveteers overlook. Looking good. Where's the Atora? They can sacrifice 2 more permanents here. Blood and Treasure. Ooh, interesting choice of reanimation. It is a low-cost target, but it's a good one since it'll eat up things here. I'm actually going to sacrifice that. I'm not going to hit an infinite hand size here. And now let's do the thing I mentioned. I don't have enough to go through all of the cards in my deck, because I don't have one of the landfall pieces. But I got enough to get a whole bunch of lands out. Big stompies. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Little more, a little more. Yeah, and also, like, I'm getting a 6/6 with each of these. Which... oh, yeah. GG. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. The Gitrog monster is better than ever. Seriously, so many good cards for Gitrog. They put way too many land things into this set. Edge of Eternities. It's a good set for updating your landfall stuff. So, put your landfall things in here. Especially this one. This one's nuts. This deck did very well for me, but as you probably caught on with the video, I had a lot of trouble getting people to stick around when I started going off, because Gitrog, like most landfall decks, takes a very long time to do the thing, and then when you do the thing, it's not that impressive, but it's there and it's fun, and it does win a lot of games. This deck also is fully capable of doing strip mine lockouts. All of my opponents that I set up the strip mine lockout for during this recording session conceded before anything could really happen, which is too bad, but it does kind of, you know, proof of concept. If you can replay lands from your graveyard and play lots of extra lands a turn, you can strip mine people to death, all while drawing cards with Gitrog Monster. And I'm saying that because I think Gitrog is a great example of why this should be banned from the format. It's not fun. It's mostly just annoying. We've all been seeing plenty of Azusa Strip Mine decks this week, and it'd be nice if we saw less of them. I don't know what else to say about it. If you're looking for my deck list, though, you can find it in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander for me to build or update, please let me know. This is, in fact, the 500th episode of Brawl Stars featuring historic Brawl decks, which just goes to show that I play too much Brawl, and I build too much Brawl, and I love Brawl, and I hope that you love Brawl too. And one day, maybe Wizards of the Coast will let me help manage the Brawl format, because I think I could help make Brawl more fun for everyone by doing things like getting rid of Strip Mine and Mana Drain. I don't know. Wizards of the Coast, I'm here. I'm here if you want me. I built 500 decks. Yeah, sure, like 5 of them are the Gitrog monster, but there's still 5 different versions of the Gitrog monster. I love this deck. This is one of those, like, it's a classic deck. It really is. This is a commander that's been around for so long that people are used to seeing it. They know the lines of play, and it gets occasional upgrades, which is always nice to see. Thank you all so much for watching, and for everybody who's stuck with me for so long as I make these Brawl videos. Cheers, and have a brawlful day.